Foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Batman, A Lonely Place of Dying, Part 1.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm Zach, joined as always by the man who has often been the replacement for many sidekicks, Mr. Mike.
Replacement of sidekicks.
It leads into what we're talking about today.
Is that like a murder of crows, a replacement of sidekicks?
Murder of crows. You're caught up on Peacemaker, right?
Well, yes, I am.
Oh, well, it's been a couple episodes since, but the crow talk. We've had crow talk, right?
But last night, or the
one
the
I murder of manta rays.
Yeah,
was the joke. Yeah, to get him to be quiet. Yeah.
And then I was listening to the Neighborhood Listen, which I listen to often because it's Paul F. Tompkins, and he said it's a parliament of. Shoot, what were they talking about? I don't know.
Parliament of shoot.
It was a parliament of like goats or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that. They had that same talk.
I got you. Well, so what we're doing, and we're getting back into it right now, which I'm realizing it's September 22nd, so I'm pretty sure we're into fall now. So we're going to have to come up with a different name besides Red Hot Rockin' Robin Summer.
Well, I mean, we are in Central Texas, so it is still 95 degrees outside. So it is still rocking red hot Robin summer
in a lot of places. But just thematically, I feel like September is not necessarily summer, but still, we are getting to the end of our Robin coverage here, as we have two more Robins to cover the next 2 weeks. We're going to do Tim Drake this week, a little bit different. Instead of having like a more silly story. Not to say that we won't have fun and we won't be silly doing this. This is our show. Like, you watch it, you know exactly what to expect.
Sure.
But we're going to break up the Tim Drake story that I was going to cover on Monday to cover both Monday and Wednesday this week.
It's a whole lot of Tim Drake.
It is a whole lot of Tim Drake. Tim Drake, who was our third Robin that we're covering out of the four.
Hates?
No.
People like him?
Jason Todd was the one that people didn't like. I think
because he was an orphan.
Here's what I'll argue.
People hate orphans.
I think Tim Drake is probably up into Dick. Aside from Dick Grayson, and I could be wrong here, probably the most liked Robin. And honestly, in this story, like, we're going to cover the first 3 issues of Batman, A Lonely Place of Dying.
Okay.
And this will actually, in a way, you'll see when we talk about it, kind of be like it picks up not too long after a death in the family, like after Jason Todd's died. This is like a year later. Okay. Even like issue-wise, like I think we ended the last issue of A Death in the Family was 429, and we're picking up with Batman 440.
So Batman's Robins, that's hard to say.
Batman's Robins,
it's kind of like the drummer in Spinal Tap. Like, they just keep disappearing or blowing up or choking on somebody's vomit.
Or did you watch... Did you ever watch Dinosaurs? There was the science show, and remember his assistant would blow up, and he'd be like, "We need another Timmy."
Yep.
So Robins are like Timmys. This is, and I asked you earlier about kind of when you worked at the comic book shop, which was the death of Superman, kind of that time frame. So early 90s.
That's the one I remember shelving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is the Robin. This is who Robin was at that time.
Oh, okay.
So what we're essentially going to cover here, it's considered to be a highly thought of story, but it's also the first time that Tim Drake takes over the mantle as Robin, and it also just this is our first introduction to Tim Drake as a character. He would end up being our Robin for a good part of my youth. I'm trying to remember, and I wish I could. I think it's either Tim or Dick. It's one of the two. I think Tim might actually be even in Batman the Animated Series. He might be the Robin for some of that too.
Okay.
But I'm saying this is what I'm used to. He is also the first Robin when we get into. He had his a solo series. You remember, we're not in our usual studio, but I've been having
what?
I know. Look, you can but I usually have the issue of Robin behind me.
Yeah.
And that's a Tim Drake issue from the 90s.
This time you have an extra chair behind you.
I do. Oh, well,
yeah.
I meant to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Bye, extra chair.
You don't know how much I'm relieved.
But he is also, there was something else I was going to add. He is essentially about Jason Todd, or not Jason Todd, about Tim Drake. He is
They get so mixed up.
They do. Well, because this is what happens when we try to cover them all. Anyway, what we're going to do then is after we...
Dick.
Jason, and then Damian is the last one we'll cover.
Okay.
So
There's too many Robins.
I've timed this out perfectly. With having
Robins.
Jonathan's Green Arrow Quiver recommendation in between there, which if you haven't checked that out, go back and watch last week's episode on Quiver. We had fun with that. It was a great recommendation. And if you have any recommendations, you see down there, there's our email address. Feel free to email us and
right
let
down
us know.
there. Look at that.
Yeah, or if you're listening, it's Bros, Foes, and Heroes.
If you're listening, it's right over there.
At gmail.com. Also, a lot of comments I need to get back to guys. I promise I'll get to them this week. I can't thank you all enough.
Talk about what?
A lot of things. Somebody
You suck.
agreed.
He sucks. They suck.
No. We have people who actually enjoy listening to us. And
wow.
I can't thank that. I know, and I can't thank you all enough for it. I need to do the good job of actually going back and replying this week to everybody. So I will. But I love that we share the same view of Disney movies, of Robin Hood being their favorite and The Great Mouse Detective being number 2. Also, we were asked about football because football came up.
Great Mouse Detective.
You don't like
is
The
number
Great Mouse
2?
Detective? Yes, man. Dude, Radigan, Vincent Price voices Radigan.
Well, that's true.
Come on. And then we were asked about football because I brought up how it's been busy because of football season. And I'll just do this real quick.
What
when
were
it
we
comes
asked
to
about
professional just who we followed. I
don't
just
do it
worked in
anymore.
sports for a
follow it anymore at all.
long time.
I do,
and
but
so
it
I
sucks.
covered a lot of it. And so I've just always kind of been a fan of the sport. But in the NFL, I
He's
enjoy
a huge Cowboys fan. Yeah, he loves them. Loves those silver and blue.
I was just saying, I enjoy college football more, but Texans fan, Titans fan, and our teams are freaking awful this year. But that's all we're going to talk about it. We're getting into comics. So I have kind of derailed us enough. Usually it's you, but today it was me.
0-3.
Oh, when do they play?
Jaguars are better.
That sucks. Here's our cover, though. We're getting into A Lonely Place of Dying, part 1 of 5. It's a 5-issue story. We're going to cover the first 3 issues of the story on today's show. I would say Wednesday. We're going to try to record on Wednesday, knowing us and knowing how the week has been going.
Well, we kind of have to because Thursday we
have a meeting on Thursday.
Yeah.
We moved a meeting because I have to fill in for somebody tomorrow.
Wednesday.
So it'll have to be Wednesday.
It'll have to be Wednesday.
We'll wrap up the story, but here's part 1 of it. So you essentially, I know it's only been like a week or so, but you remember kind of the Joker's killing of Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Before we covered it. Well, what this has led to is a more violent and just not as put together Batman. He's more reckless. He's more unhinged.
It's also using terrible fonts. Look at that.
he loses.
Batman, your fonts suck.
He loses his choice of what fonts look good. He's fighting a guy. Mike, do you want to guess that guy's name? I just thought you would appreciate the villain. Well, here, do you want to see another picture of him there? The chain.
Oh, Lord, look at that mask.
Yeah.
That mask, there's something wrong there.
That is the Ravager.
He's the snap-wearer.
Ravager.
The Ravager.
The Ravager.
Yeah, that's a terrible name. For
He
a
looks like he
terrible-looking
ravages
villain.
stuff, right?
Well, it's his hair sticking out of the gimp mask.
It's not. It's like a balaclava with the head part cut off.
Well, he looks like he ought to be called like the ball smuggler or something like that. Just like I don't know.
Anyway, Batman is sitting here, and there's we think that it's Batman. There's a narration over it. Whoa!
What is going on? Listen to that.
It's a gaggle of. You ever know?
It's a gaggle of Gentiles. That's pretty accurate.
That is.
Come on.
We have been on a roll today. People don't know this. Mike and I sometimes work on the same floor. And when that happens and we're both in a mood, you will get some of the most off-the-wall ridiculousness.
I used to work up on 21 with everybody else.
Yeah, with all of us.
All the conversations and all the people, they would all come into my area.
Yeah.
And even if the conversation wasn't something that involved me, it would still be held in my office for
true.
some reason.
That's very true.
Because my office was basically a breezeway between two other rooms. So I moved down to 12. And then here comes Zach. He's like, do you think I could work down here for a day?
Where nobody messes with you. They always mess with me while I'm trying to work.
We both kind of work down there now, and it just it's nice because the only time a little shiver ever goes through me is when I hear the elevator go ding.
We wait to see you.
And I've put a little mirror up next to my chair so I can see behind me. It's like working at a Toys R Us or something. I got
Did you
like
work
one
at
of those
Toys R Us?
parabolic mirrors. No.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. All right, so our
That's
story.
my big word for today, parabolic mirror.
Nice. We used to have parabolic mics.
Yeah, those are the ones where the guys always get knocked down because they're holding that satellite microphone.
Giant dish that they hold.
Yeah.
But okay, so
The ball smuggler.
there's been all these crimes that Batman's been hunting this guy down for. He
Damn, Batman's bleeding in this one.
He is. He's the Ravager gave him the good old one too.
He's getting his balls smuggled.
I can't. Anyway, the Ravager gives him. Remember when we were on TV and they asked us if we were for everybody?
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking,
You said yes. I held no part in that conversation.
So
Not that part of it.
anyway, so it's a more just off the rails kind of Batman because he doesn't have anybody to keep him in check. But he battles the Ravager here, who's done all these crazy crimes.
You don't see too many villains in Batman comics using knives either.
No, that's true.
1989,
by the way. I feel like I should. A couple things that we usually do that I have not done a good job right now because I got sidetracked by the whole ball smuggler thing.
Ball smuggler.
But this is what we're covering today is Batman issues 440 and 441 and then New Titans 60.
Okay.
Which is going to be, it's told between the two. It alternates back and forth. But our story, Marv Wolfman and...
Pardon me?
Marv Wolfman worked on it.
That's a real name?
Yeah, Marv Wolfman.
Okay.
That's a big name in comics, actually.
Okay, good.
George Perez. You know George Perez?
No, but Marv
Seriously?
Wolfman. You got to tell me.
Marv, M-A-R-V.
That's
Marv.
what I said.
Okay.
Marv Wolfman.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's got to be a pen name.
We've
That's
talked
not a
about
real
Marv
name.
Wolfman before.
That's not a real name. That's a pen name.
No, we've talked. Hold on.
Marv Wolfman. With the
We've
Daily
talked about
News.
Marv. We've talked about Marv. Marv's great. George Perez. I cannot read all of my. This is the thing about this. Denny O'Neil is the editor.
Marv Wolfman, George Perez, Jim Abado.
Aparo, Jim
Aparo,
Aparo, and Mike DiCarlo are the artists.
Mike DiCarlo.
Daniel Rasper is the another editor.
Boris
don't you ever see
Karloff.
half my face? No. Adrian Roy is the colorist. John Costanza's the letterer.
Okay.
There we go.
George
I'd like
Costanza
giving
is the
credit.
letterer. All right.
No, John.
Great. Oh, John.
John, not George. John.
Okay.
Oh, this mic I feel is about to
It's
fall
weird,
off.
right? Yeah. Like these are weird.
There we go.
They should follow you. Like
I
as
don't-
you move, they should come
There's
along with
mics. This is the most off the rail episode. Okay.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. Never mind.
All right, let's
I'm
get back
so
to the ball
sorry.
ravager or whatever his name is.
So, you see all the snaps and whirs though while Batman's fighting off this villain.
Yes.
Obviously, somebody is there taking pictures and realizing that Batman.
Parker.
Yeah, it's a crossover. You don't know. And realizing that Batman is not the same Batman. That he's a
lot
little
of
bit
freaking
different in
blood,
fighting all
man.
this. And he notices just the pool of blood that's left behind Batman, and he follows on his bike. But as we go and we see then in another part of Gotham, there's a man listening to the radio, and it's a typical 24-hour news broadcast, and all of a sudden it switches over.
It's a 24-hour news broadcast on a radio from 1921. Look at
in
it.
1989. It is, but the broadcast starts actually talking to the individual. And I don't want to spoil it, but I am a little bit. This is going to be Two-Face, and it's like the radio is talking to him of like,
Gotcha.
oh, what are we going to do next? How are we going to kill the bat?
Yeah,
That kind of
that
thing.
makes sense.
Batman shows back up at Wayne Manor.
Is that Alfred?
That is Alfred there. And he is not doing well.
Boy, he is not doing great.
right?
Look at him.
And like Batman or Alfred has to nurse Batman back to health.
Oh, those opioids.
And it's like, but it shows the clock to make sure you know, like this is hours throughout the night that they're dealing with all this. But then we
It's
also
kind of like
see
he's coming down off something, huh?
it is in a way. But we then also see like just this talking and all these
he collared
the
a dope
scrapbook.
ring.
He did.
That's what it says.
We do see this scrapbook of like all things Batman, just remembering of, like, hey, I remember Batman. And then somebody says, and I do remember him. And I remember Dick. I remember it all. I know that's a weird thing to say, but Dick Grayson.
I like the one on the left in the middle.
The
It
left
looks
in the
like he and Robin conquered
Won an award.
a cassette player with a butt plug on it. That's what it looks like. Look, Robin, look what we got. Gee, Batman.
That's what happens after they won the, what was it that they were trying to figure out who could host the electronics festival or whatever. Remember, they had to do good deeds in each other's city.
I like the picture below it. Look at it. It's like one of those Sears portraits you take with your lover. Look at that.
Behind.
Well, and
Like
then the
Robin's
one
here and Batman's just like,
and then the one to the left where they're all like looking off into the ether.
Some of these pictures are weird. How they're
love those.
they shouldn't be as candid as they are. But next morning, Batman thinks.
Was it ever actually suggested in comics that maybe they had a little thing?
Not that I know of. It was suggested, first of all, well, Dr. Frederick Wortham back in the 50s with the whole seduction of the innocents that led to the actual like Senate hearings that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
He in his book, alluded to of like, oh, it's this older male who lives with a young boy.
Right.
That's where that comes from. There was nothing ever anything that I know of.
With the exception of the ambiguously gay duo.
That's true.
Yeah.
Have we had... No, I'm not going to... I'll drop that. I have a very... I think, divisive opinion, but I think it's divisive enough to where it could lose us listeners. So I'll just tell you off air.
Hey, y'all ever tried a Nighthawk frozen TV dinner?
Don't do it then. But it's about Batman that I tend to believe that I'll follow. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So Batman wakes up though and just kind of tells him, tells Alfred,
hate this vase.
He's like, Alfred, I couldn't do any of this without you. And Alfred's like, yeah, that's all nice and everything, but I didn't sign up essentially to play nurse all the time. Like, that's not something I want to do. I worry about you, and you're just out there getting beat up, and you're not the same since Jason died.
Man,
like,
look at Batman putting on his uniform and shaving at the same time. Wow.
But Alfred's like, you're going to get yourself hurt. I'm not here for that. And Batman's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to still go fight crime.
Dumb-looking Batmobile, too.
I don't know why.
It's got the mask on the hood.
This comes out after... like Dark Knight Returns, and we're going towards an edgier Batman, but yet the Batmobile stays dated for a while.
Well, they still go with the yellow circle also, or the yellow whatever the hell that thing's called.
There is. Like I said, we see that Two-Face is back here. We come to find out Batman ends up stopping a crime. Oh my goodness, my computer's wigging out.
Yikes.
But so Two-Face sets up a crime to have some of his goons like steal books from a publisher to get money back that way. Batman ends up going.
Crime?
That's one of them. There's one of many. But also while this is going on, the person who was taking photos earlier is now like outside the Teen Titans Tower and is watching the people leave there.
The Teen Titans Tower is just a big T.
It's a giant T. It is.
Teen Titans Tower.
And but this person's watching, looking for Robin, and doesn't see Robin leave, for Dick Grayson.
Sure,
he's Nightwing now. He's not Robin, but they're looking for Nightwing. Can't find him, but sees that Star Sapphire is there, and she left, but they live together because
Bird Boy's there
but they live together because they're a thing, and Robin didn't leave with her. Maybe he's
Star Sapphire and
Robin.
Wait, who is he now?
Nightwing, sorry.
Okay.
Right thing. So this person goes to knock on the door and be like, hey, is Dick Grayson? Thinking maybe he's already at home then.
Sure.
But I just got to see, like, I really need to talk to him. Hey, is Dick Grayson here? No, he's not. Is there anything, like, we can help you with this? No, I need him. Like, it has to be him. And then the person leaves.
Yeah.
Right? So... So this person decides to go. I can also give you another spoiler alert. This person is Tim. It's Tim Drake. We find out. So Tim goes and he's like, oh, but I know that Dick Grayson had an old apartment. I'm going to go check out his apartment before he leaves. Maybe that's clues of where he's been.
He knocks on the door and Marge Simpson answers.
No, that's Star Sapphire. She was getting ready. She's relaxing. She didn't have any crime to fight.
She's also yellow.
Yeah, well, she's an alien. So he's looking for a clue and he notices that there's a newspaper article that says... End of America end of Americana in sight ? Local circus to close after 60 years.
Not the circus.
Oh, the Haley Circus, or is it Halley? H-A-L-Y.
Yes.
Halley. The Halley Circus is closing.
Both.
It can't be. It can't. And he knows that's got to be where Robin went because that's the circus that the...
Gotcha. That's where the Graysons came from. Got it.
You see that picture in there too?
Fantastical Flying Graysons.
The Flying Graysons. You see the Flying Graysons? We'll learn this more. Well, I'll wait. But you see that picture of them there?
There's a little kid.
Yeah. Just remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that Jason Todd?
No, it's not Jason Todd. It's Tim. We're learning about Tim Drake.
I don't like Cyborg.
I know. You never...
That's a goofy-looking dude.
It's the 80s, Mike. They're all goofy looking on a lot of these.
Man.
Anyway, so none of the Titans can find...
Look at all of them.
None of the Titans can find where Nightwing is at either.
They look like a Bubblicious ad every time you see them.
The late 80s. See, this is what leads to then...
Oh, boy.
And I understand why the 90s dives into how 90s it is on a lot of comic book art and stuff.
I guess, man.
Because this is what it was coming out of. So it's very edgy. It's very like a lot less is covered, a lot bigger guns, a lot bigger, like they
women's
go
chests, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And then they found out that they have all the colors.
Yeah.
They're like, no, use more colors.
So
Purple and blue together? Sure.
Purple's used a lot, honestly enough, in a
You know
bunch
what
of superhero stuff.
okay, so I watched part of that Tampa Bay game yesterday.
Oh, okay.
The football contest, and they were wearing the throwbacks,
Mm-hmm.
the old creamsicle things.
See, I like those. You don't?
I am torn because I like them because it looks like if you were to say, tell me it's the 70s without telling me it's the 70s.
You show them the jerseys.
You
No, I
show
get
them
that. I
those,
get that.
right? Because red and orange together, that shouldn't be a thing. But in the 70s, it was.
True. There's also...
And that's a very weird looking pirate they got on there. That is a buccaneer. That's not a
That's true.
pirate.
There's also an old Bucks jersey that they'll wear sometimes in basketball where it's like green and even darker green is like the trim, and that feels very much like a 70s jersey staple too, of where it's like, this is the color we want, and an even just slightly darker color for the trim, and it just all looks bad. Anyway, we get off on some of the weirdest tangents.
Who is the guy?
Speedy? Oh, we learned
that
about
Speedy?
Speedy. Are you talking about the red
That's
and yellow?
Speedy with the red and yellow and the green arrows? Okay.
And well, yeah, you said green arrows.
When
You
he's
said
got
it
the stupid
yourself.
little feather in his hat, too.
Well, yeah, because he's Robin Hood. Anyway, they're looking for Dick. They can't find. It's gonna be funny every time I say it. They're looking for Dick Grayson. They can't find him because he has
That should
gone
just be
back.
the title of the show. Looking for Dick.
Can't find it. But he has gone back to his roots in the circus. Okay. So while he's there, he's realizing that the circus has just kind of gone downhill since he left.
Look at that elephant. He's in
Yeah.
bad shape.
He decides to give the elephant a
That's
bath.
a drunk elephant.
Because the elephant stinks. And he's like, oh, I used to love this all
the
the time.
elephant stinks.
It does. The elephant stinks. There's also a part, I always kind of love this in comics. We've talked about it before. This is one of my favorite things where they like look something up just for it and then they tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about how, oh, remember when I used to bathe you all the time? Then I'd saddle up your howdah and we'd ride through all the small towns. And it has the asterisk down there. The chair carried on the back of an animal. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the howdah.
It's not as bad.
I didn't know it was called a howdah.
I didn't know that either. I can appreciate stuff like that. We have had some to where it's like you can tell they just Googled and whatever they found they threw in there just to be like, some people will want an explanation science-wise. So F that, here's this. But
So
I can appreciate that. That's
it
not bad.
basically goes from, boy, you stink, to, I used to load up your howdah.
Yep.
Look
basically.
at those clowns.
Everybody shows up and they're like, hey, we don't think you should be here. And they don't realize that, oh, it's young Dick Grayson. He's back to visit us. Oh, and everybody's so happy to see him, including Harry the clown. Oh, but Harry's
drunk.
Harry's drunk. Dick thinks he's asleep, but he's letting him know, like, nah, Harry's drunk. Dick meets with Mr. Harrison H. Halley the Fifth, who is the owner of Halley Circus, and finds out of how they've just been on rough times. The quote here is like, too much TV, too many video games. Who knows, like, why people don't come anymore to the circus. He goes, so I decided to sell, but the only bidder was some, some company who wanted to put their logos tattooed all over the elephants. And he's like, man, I love this. He goes, Dick goes, Halley goes, look, I didn't want to sell, so I cut down expenses, and it would have worked, except for all the accidents we've had.
What?
And that's where Dick's like, accidents? And Halley just throws, he's like, yeah, cost us a fortune and brought down our selling price. Sometimes, but then he doesn't say like what accidents. He's just like, I wish it were back like to the good old days, like when your family was here and they died at our circus. Like,
sometimes
this is
clowns
not
die.
a great circus. Yeah, it just happens. Well,
the strong man.
Dick runs in. It's not the strong man. It's the lion tamer. There's
The bald dude who's really strong is the lion tamer.
I thought you were talking about the guy in
No,
black
I'm
with
talking
yellow
about
hair.
the bald dude in like a hairy
That is
pair
the
of
strong
underwear.
man.
Yeah.
No, that is Samson the strong man. No,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the guy who was
Wait,
lunging.
Samson?
I think his name's Samson.
How ironic. He has no hair.
Hey, remember the namesake murders? You should go back and listen to our Friday episode. where Mike eats an entire enchilada dinner while we do it.
That's true.
Yeah. You should also
A
get
Nighthawk
yourself a Nighthawk
enchilada dinner.
I had, we'll just use this time to plug it.
Mm-hmm.
I had,
You had steak and
cheese.
taters.
I had cheese with beef sauce.
Oh,
over,
did you?
Maybe that was Friday. I had it. I
They're
needed something
glorious.
quick. They are. It was good.
Yeah.
I had
You know what
somebody
it
else
tastes
comment
like?
that it looked good. Cheese
with beef sauce.
It's really
Mhm.
good. But
That is the thing that I'll give them. I'll give Nighthawk this. I mean, I
give them a
do
lot.
really enjoy them, right? I mean, I'm not even kidding about that. But they don't promise you anything that's not there.
That's true.
Like,
Absolutely.
there's nothing on the cover that's not there. There's not, yeah.
I
Anyway,
appreciate that.
Yeah, I
and they have
appreciate it.
mascots. We haven't even talked about that.
Oh, we will. Oh, my
So-
friend, we will.
The lion tamer, though, as we get back to our story, is the
Tater
guy
boy.
in white who is like lunging. You see, he's arguing
Yeah,
with the clown.
yeah.
there. And we found out there's been a fight between the two of them, and he's calling him a stupid drunk, and Harry's trying to hook himself back up together, and the lion tamer is essentially telling them all like, "You were all just mad because I have a deal or a clause in my deal that if it sells, I'm out of it. I can go to the big time, and you guys are all stuck here."
The big time. What
The
would
big
that
time.
be?
I think he's going to replace
Just a bigger circus?
Roy,
Is he?
Roy
With the white
and
tigers?
or what's the other one's name?
No, Jesse?
Roy?
Roy and
or
Roy.
Roy.
Roy and Roy, the Roy twins.
Oh my goodness, Roy
Liechtenstein.
and Ebert. Siskel.
Roy and Ebert.
Roy and Ebert Siskel.
It was
Roy. It's something in Roy. Roy was the second one. That's our
Siegfried.
Siegfried.
Siegfried and Roy. Thank
He's
you.
going to replace either Siegfried
It's
or
because
Roy.
you said Roy first, right?
that is.
Because in your head it's always Siegfried
Exactly.
and Roy. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Wright brothers. Well, no, you always call them the Wright brothers. It's kind of
Orville
like
and Wilbur.
Wilbur and Orville.
Nope.
See?
The other way around.
So anyway, they're fighting, and that's what he tells them. Like, you're stopping me from going to Vegas and setting up a residency.
By the way, what is the deal with these serious Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials all of a sudden? Why are we having
weird
these?
offset. I don't know what commercials you're talking about, I guess.
Well, it's the commercials where it ends with the Colonel chickened so you could, or something like that. That's the phrase. But it's like he's in there toiling and he invented the pressure cooker, but then it blew up, and then
I've seen the one where he like invented French fries,
yeah, it's weird.
but I haven't.
Like, go back to where you had somebody different playing the Colonel all the time.
All the time?
I enjoyed those.
I did too.
Those were great.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't get ads all the time. I don't get a lot of stuff that we're doing now. But then that makes me feel like old man screaming out clouds. Like I feel like
some of it is just garbage.
Well,
There's that.
yeah, but hear me out too. I feel like a lot of times that things stayed in places longer. Like I feel like it's a lot more flash menus.
Yeah.
Also, this is very old man of me, but this feels like it fits here. I'm all for places branching out
Sure.
and trying new things.
Chicken nuggets at the Taco Bell.
How did you know that's where I was
Yeah. No, we have not discussed this either, and I knew exactly what you were talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that
well, my
all of
thought
these people
is-
have to do that. Just be
It's
good at what you
just-
do.
Yeah.
Why
and
are you adding another thing?
Well, my thing is too is like even if you, but it's like it's just gonna be there for a month, and then they'll have the new thing. And that thing is if you're one of the people
Yeah.
who does like those chicken
Yeah.
nuggets,
Yeah, you're screwed.
they're not
Yeah.
coming back
Good
ever
luck.
again.
Yeah, it's all McDonald's fault.
I've never had it.
It's all McDonald's fault because of the McRib. You make it a limited time only kind of thing. Well, then it gets successful. Everybody figures, well, we got to have one of those things.
True. All right. Well,
I would be much better off, or I would be happier with advertisements if you brought back the Chihuahua at Taco
I
Bell.
miss the Chihuahua.
If you brought back Spuds McKenzie.
ooh, sorry.
If you brought back
Joe Camel? No, we can't have Joe Camel.
yeah, I'd
come
love
back.
that. Joe Camel for Taco Bell or something like that.
That's it. He can't work for Camel anymore, so he just tries to be as. Why, dude? That is.
I got healthy. Have him go eat a salad at McDonald's or something.
That's the thing is you just have him work for multiple brands. And
Absolutely.
he's just trying to find his next gig in
Absolutely.
life now that he's not
Absolutely.
Actually, I think we just kind of wrote a
Tries to
sitcom
buddy-
more than anything.
He tries to buddy up with Mr. Peanut or Baby Peanut.
Baby Peanut.
Because
Is it-
Mr. Peanut's dead.
Dude, he has to get over
What a
the shock.
terrible way to advertise your nut. Let's kill off the mascot and make him a baby who grows up real quick. What? I just want to be in some of these meetings, like where somebody pitches that.
But we have It's things like
Yeah, that's true.
we just
But
don't
not for
get-
national freaking brands.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
It's like,
very true.
what do we sell? Well, we sell chocolate milk. Oh, I don't know. Let's use a manta ray or so. You know, I mean, it's just what?
That turns into a phoenix.
It just makes no sense.
You know what I miss? I miss chocolate milk mix that was in a metal tin.
Oh yeah, I do remember the metal tin.
strawberry
It was
milk
hard to
mix,
get it
yeah.
all out.
Oh, for sure. You'd have to like clean on the side. Anyway, okay. So
Anyway, Joe Camel.
Anyway, back to our show here.
Now back to the drunk clown.
Yeah, there's a fight between the two.
God, he's still
the line-
drinking.
Yeah, he is. Well, that's the thing is I'm not going to show it to leave it on there too much. But there's a point where like he's like, man, because he runs out and he's like, I guess I'm gonna sober up despite my best efforts. And one of the other guys there is like basically like, dude, it might be better if you just unalived yourself. And I was just like, what?
Wow.
Just reading it flat out there.
Really?
Yes, the drunk clown. And I'm like, okay,
Woof.
80s hit different sometimes,
Well,
but
it's
still.
hard in the circus,
Yeah, it is. But he has obviously
especially for
his
clowns.
drinking
Because
problems.
they probably all started wanting to be that black and white French clown. You know, because that's like the pinnacle of clownery. Wouldn't you think?
The pinnacle of. Do you know what the pinnacle of clownery is? Please comment below.
Oh, I thought you were going to define it for me.
I don't.
The pinnacle of clownery, I think, is those French clowns.
Maybe that should just be a T-shirt we
The ones
make.
that are like,
And
and
it
then
just
all
like-
they have is a red flower and everything's in black and white.
I think
or
it's a
whatever.
picture of that, and all it says is
Yeah.
the pinnacle of
Yeah.
clownery.
They just look at the clown and he goes, fromage. And that's it.
Cheese?
That's the whole
Just
thing.
cheese?
Yeah. Fromage.
Fromage.
And it says ind or fini at the end.
Is it Finn? Is it Finn? Finny?
Fin, whatever. I don't know.
So Robin's still at the circus. There's a fight between the lion tamer and the clown. Clown still tries to drink, but there's nothing left, and everybody else just like Harry's just a waste there.
Why don't you crawl in that bottle, Harry?
The person's still looking for Dick Grayson
Whoa.
there at Circus 2000.
Circus
That's
2000.
what they call it.
Why is Big Tex there?
You didn't have anything to do in 89? I don't know.
Wow.
So
Hey, everybody, look at that drunk clown.
remember we had, if you want to, you should go back and find, I think it's audio only. Or maybe we had, no, I don't know. But you should go back and listen. We had a, damn, I don't even remember
it's
the
where
name of
the
the
X-Men-
Outsiders. It's the X-Men went to the state fair.
Yeah.
And,
they meet.
Big Tex may or may not be alive.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
He winks at them.
I think he is.
Also,
think
that's
he
just
comes alive
very,
at
that's
night.
just a very funny episode. But Tim is there because he's still hunting down Dick Grayson. Like
What's the deal with the Price is Right girls? Why are they all there?
there, because the strong man is lifting it. Seeing they're all in the car,
Yeah, I
like
got you.
this is all your showcase showdown.
Uh-huh.
The strong man's lifting this car full of women, and the clowns are being the clowns. And then there's like he's kind of looking out, trying to find where, if Dick Grayson's here, he'd probably want to like be a part of the circus. He's
Yeah.
back here to help, like, and
Yeah.
he's trying to hunt him down where he's at. But about that time, the lion tamer is attacked by Gerbil.
Gerbil.
Gerbil,
the tiger.
stop. Gerbil, do as I say. Well, Gerbil doesn't listen, and Gerbil attacks him. And you see one of the clowns dart to save him, and that's when Tim Drake realizes, oh, that clown is Dick Grayson.
Oh, wow.
Well, Dick
Go, Dick, go.
Yeah, go.
Go,
I
Dick, go.
cannot,
Go,
man.
go, Dick.
So Dick springs into action, and he helps like capture Gerbil there for them to
Gerbil the
shrink her.
tiger.
Well, they check. Here's what I love too. Very quickly,
Is it a tiger or a lion?
I think it's a lion.
Maybe a
in this
female
one.
lion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They check on
A
him while he's
female
down.
lion named Gerber.
Gerbil. But he goes, Wilhelm, are you okay? And Wilhelm, that's the lion tamer, goes, my neck. He's torn open my neck. No, so I guess it's a tiger or a leopard of some sort. He said he. So that's what Gerbil was able to say with his neck torn open. No, he's torn open my neck. 2 pages later, what in the hell happened? How's Wilhelm? Lord, I don't believe it. He's dead. Boom. Wilhelm died from
Well,
having
his
his
neck
neck
was
ripped
torn
out.
open.
Yeah, but he could speak well enough to tell
Did they
him
not-
that his neck was
They
torn
didn't
open.
call anybody?
No, they're just like, oh, Wilhelm's dead. And then everybody in the crowd's like, oh no.
Wait, the crowd waited around to see if he was dead?
Do you not see? Do you not see everybody?
see
behind-
'em.
They were all just like,
Yeah. Oh,
well,
they're all
okay.
dead.
Okay, I hate to do this because this is very morbid, but I
Yeah.
am going to ask the question.
Yeah.
You know, or say it. You know, some people, if there's a circus around and something happened, they would stay
100%.
around
sure,
to see.
Sure,
So,
sure.
I'm
I
sure
just
some
don't think it
people
would be
will.
reflected in a child's comic book, but sure.
No, well, that's
Yeah.
we're edgy. It's Batman. Yeah. You never know when somebody's going to have their throat ripped out by a lion.
Absolutely.
Well, they had to close then, obviously, because another accident. And Jason Todd is trying to figure out, and Jason Todd's dead. Tim Drake is trying to figure out, who could have done this, because he overheard that maybe one of the lions was drugged. And so Dick runs into him, and Jason tells him, like, hey, you have to help me, Dick. First of all, I need you to come back with me to Gotham because you're needed in Gotham. But also, I think I know who did this. I think it was Harry, the drunk
You
clown.
gotta come back. Batman needs his dick. I think it was Harry.
I think it was.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But so he tells him, like, I think it was the clown.
Yeah.
And so Dick's like, I don't think that's
Harry
possible.
the drunk clown
Harry's the
poisoned the tiger.
dope the tiger to
So
kill
they
Wilhelm.
would attack the guy and rip his throat out while everybody sat around and waited for him to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Got
Dick's
it.
like, I'm
All
gonna go
caught up.
check on that. I don't know. Let me just see about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we then got to cut Samson the strongman and his buddy Pedro there. His name is Pedro.
Pedro is a little person.
Yes. Next to a very large strongman
Mm-hmm.
who looks like the strongman looks like the Iron Sheik, honestly.
I don't mean honestly, anybody would look large next to him.
That's
Yeah.
But they show up to see Harry and they're talking to him like, hey, I can't believe you did it. And Harry tells him, like, Dick found my flask, right? He found my booze flask and he said that it had like my handprints on it, but I don't remember. Like, I must have passed out. I
How
don't
can he
remember
put
any of
handprints
this.
on it? He's got gloves on.
I don't know. He's like, I don't remember any of this. But he did tell me that there's a machine that can run tests to tell me like whose fingerprints are on it and stuff like that, and that they'll be able to tell that maybe it wasn't me, that it was somebody else just using my flask. And Pedro's like, come on, there's no machine that does that. Plus the food particles that are on there would have made it where it couldn't be find anything, or they wouldn't be able to find any prints anyway. And the clown goes, nobody knows about that it was thrown into food.
Wait a minute. Nobody knows about
Because
the food. Honk.
it's not Harry the Clown. It's Dick Grayson dressed up as Harry the Clown.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we find out that it was Pedro and the Strongman who actually doped up the lion tamer
Pedro and the strong man.
just to get him to cancel the circus.
That's what's the reason they canceled Sanford and Son.
Pedro and the
strong
Strongman.
man. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like probably something that came on
Wah,
after
wah,
Sanford
wah.
and Sons?
Uh-huh.
After Sanford and Son, it's Pedro and the
Pedro
Strongman.
and the strong man.
Right here on ABC.
Stick around while they get drunk and poison a lion.
So, Tim is kind of like in awe of Dick Grayson and
You can't
his
take
skills.
the damn makeup off at this
doesn't. He
point.
leaves
I
it
mean,
on.
come on.
And after they've like done everything, he's afraid that Dick's gonna stay at the circus because he's having a conversation with Hallie there, and he's like, "But he's needed. He like Batman needs you." We'll just come to find out Dick's just gonna be co-owner of the circus now.
What?
Yeah, he's co-owner of the circus. He tells him, he's like, "Dick, you didn't rejoin the circus," and Dick says, "Better. I'm becoming its co-owner." Now, who
With
the
that-
hell are you? is
with
what
the
he
other
tells-
guy?
With the other guy. And all the accidents. I know you've told me about all the accidents, but I think I can fix the circus.
Oh boy.
And he goes, that doesn't matter who I am. Look at these. Like, come on. Like, please. And
It doesn't
Dick's-
matter about that. Look at these. They're just pictures of his feet.
To Dick's credit, Dick's like, kid, I don't like your games, man. Like, tell me. And Tim's like, neither do I. It's important. Batman needs you. And Dick Grayson is kind of like taken aback by
Batman
what he
does need you.
sees. It's pictures of him fighting the Ravager.
The ball snuggler.
The ball smuggler.
Well, I just changed it to
Or
snuggler.
snuggler.
Yeah, now it's snuggler.
Oh,
The ball snuggler. He just snuggles those balls. He loves it.
But and he finds out
Ball
he's
snuggler.
and Tim tells Dick basically like Batman's gone off the deep end. He's more aggressive. He's like he needs a Robin. He needs you. Without Jason, he's lost.
Well, he needs kind of a moral compass,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm.
So that sets us up for the last part of the story we're going to cover today.
Okay.
Which is we get back to Batman 441. Now this was
That's
weird.
a cool cover, though.
It's a very cool cover. I like the this whole
He's like,
issue.
why did I ever wear this? He's just standing there with a Robin suit.
So this whole issue, we're going to get a little more background about Tim that I'll tell you.
Okay.
But the Batman part of it is honestly him and Two-Face trying to outsmart one another. Of like Two-Face thinking of, I'm gonna think of this crime that's gonna, like lure him out, and he'll know it's me, and then he'll fall for my trap, and I'll be able to catch him and kill him.
Okay.
And Batman's like, oh, I'm gonna create this diversion that'll cause him to come out of his hiding, and it'll be too good that he won't be able to resist it, and then I'll be able to capture him that way. They're both just trying to outsmart each other. Okay.
This feels weird. Like it just doesn't feel like I don't know.
I will tell you, reading the 3 issues.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's pull back the fourth wall a little bit. My knowledge of comics, I feel like I have a decent knowledge of comics, and even the knowledge I have of some of the things I know even without reading it all.
Sure, right.
Like I know storylines, I know beats, I know things happen here. Like I just know important things because that's how my brain works with stuff. I knew, or at least from my research, I thought, well,
I just know important things because that's how my
brain works.
Yeah,
that this story, like when was like considered to be like a good, at least it's the starting point, but a decent like story, and it's good. But personally, I expected a little bit more out of it.
Yeah.
I can tell you,
it feels hollow.
It does, and maybe some of that could be me explaining it and not putting it up. But
no, I don't think
will say this: out of the whole story, or at least the 3 issues here, it does a good job. The character I like out of all of this, honestly, is Tim.
Yeah.
I like who's going to be the new Robin in this story more than like, and I get what they're going for, but in this one especially, the whole Two-Face Batman like trying to outsmart one another, and we'll get to it more, was just kind of like.
But even before that whole circus thing, it's just it's too much circus.
It was a whole circus issue.
That's what I'm saying.
For him just to essentially just go try to find Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
So maybe it could have been, wow, my hair is crazy. But so maybe it could have been 4 instead of 5 issues. Anyway, Tim knows like all this stuff about Wayne Manor while he's there. Like, oh, I heard that like Batman bought like, or, Bruce bought this painting. And I heard that, oh, and I've seen this. Oh, this is just a statue. My dad bought a statue like this at one point in time. Oh, the pictures don't do this place justice. Oh, you're Alfred. Like, I know, like, he knows all this stuff. Yeah. And Alfred kind of looks at Dick and he's like, who is this kid? Right. And Dick's like, I don't know either. Like, he came to me, told me Batman was in trouble. And he's like, all these pictures that he's taken. And he's honestly, he's deduced that I'm Nightwing. Like, I don't know. And they eventually tell him, like, come on, kid, like, start spilling it. We find out he's 13. He's a 13-year-old kid now. Yeah. And he's like, I promise. Okay. And he essentially tells them the story.
He can use Facebook.
Yeah. He essentially tells them the story that when he was a little kid, his parents. Oh, well, also we find out that his parents work a lot. And, like, his dad is very smart. I don't remember what it says he does for business, but he travels a lot, and his mom travels with him. So he stays in a boarding school outside of Gotham. And this is a vacation week. So he comes in the city, stays in a hotel for a week, and then goes back to boarding school kind of thing.
Because that's how 13-year-olds roll.
Yeah. Well, at least this one. He tells the story of when he was little, his parents took him to the circus. And his mom thought that he might be scared there at the circus, but he seemed to be okay. And they thought the idea of like seeing all these people in these strange costumes, like maybe if he got the chance to like take a picture with one and stuff, it might calm him down a bit. So he gets to meet the Graysons actually there as a kid. And he talks about how like, you probably don't remember this. And he's like, and I'm sorry for bringing this up because I'm sure this is tough. He's like, but I remember like meeting you.
That's the kid in the picture.
That's the kid in the picture.
I got you. Yeah.
He's like, I remember meeting you. Like, I remember like you helped put me at ease, like on everything. And like when I was watching the circus go on, like I was captivated by your whole act.
Yeah, he said he didn't remember any of the stuff. He just remembers meeting him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it had an impact on young Tim. While this is going on, we do see more Batman and Two-Face stuff. Here's what I'll tell you. The Batman and Two-Face stuff, at least for this issue, is, to me, it wasn't necessarily super important. So I'm going to put it like this. They both come up with ideas to draw the other one out, and they both outsmart each other. Okay. So neither of them show up to... Two-Face comes up with this giant plan of how he's going to kidnap 2 famous acting twins. They're kids, right?
Acting twins.
Acting twins. And that would draw Batman out. Batman's created this World Series of Poker where the prize pool is $22 million. Yes, it's $22 million, and it's at the Gemini Club. It's like, because Two-Face, this is the time of where everything has to be in twos for Two-Face. It's that Two-Face.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to prey on his neuroses, both of them, to, catch Batman. Well, Two-Face is waiting with the twins, and Batman's waiting at the World Series of Poker to when they finally, Batman's like, damn it, I got to go save those twins. And Two-Face is like, oh, man, $22 million at the Gemini Club? I got to go do that. So it's like they're here waiting for each other, and then they go to where they were at, missing each other, and then they fell there too.
So it's like a Three's Company episode. Yeah.
That part was.
Yeah.
Batman goes, he rescues the kids. Two-Face goes, and he's unable to, I don't know, he's unable to, steal the money. So now at the end of the day, it's like Two-Face is back without a scheme that went off, right? Mm-hmm. And Batman saved the kids, but he still hasn't caught Two-Face. That's all at the end of it. So that part, take that, throw that out.
Big old waste.
Let's focus on Tim, because that one is the thing that's at least more interesting.
You know what the big theme of this comic book series is? Turtlenecks. A lot of turtlenecks. Two-Face was wearing a turtleneck. This Dick's wearing a turtleneck.
Some dicks do wear turtlenecks.
Some dicks do wear turtlenecks, and then some dicks get
This
cut.
one does.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to mark this one E when I run.
Why?
Well, I guess
Dick's
we didn't
wearing
curse.
a turtleneck.
That's true. You're right.
His name's Dick.
It's just innuendo.
Dick.
But Tim tells Dick that while he watched him do their act, he was captivated by their act out there, that he was there also the night of the accident, and that he would have he never told his parents, but he would have two different nightmares. One would be of the accident itself, and the second one would be of the dark figure swooping from up in the sky down to the kid that he just met that he was really into. And he was at first, he goes, I wanted to warn you. I was so afraid for you. And my parents held me there until I realized that he wasn't there to hurt you, but he was there to help you. And he goes, and then that's when I realized that he wasn't some monster, but it was more like a dark knight. He goes, and then, but he comes to tell us, there's the Gemini stuff.
Is that the way it worked? His parents died falling off the tight wire, and Batman swooped him up?
No. Batman was there. He's not saying he swooped him up actual, but
Isn't that what he just did?
No, he didn't catch him, did he? No, he he just lands from there to comfort.
So Batman's just hanging out at the circus.
Yes. Batman is at the circus in a lot of stories. Remember, even when we covered All-Star Batman and Robin with, I'm the GD Batman. Remember, he was at the circus on his date with scantily clad Vicky Vale when it goes down.
All right.
So he's there sometimes. But
I don't know. Just
so Tim then tells him, though, but I knew that he was actually there to help. He goes, then I remember a couple months later in the living room watching some, TV, it all finally came together one night. Because he's watching that, and he's watching the highlights, and he notices a move that Robin does to apprehend Penguin. Yeah. And he goes, and that's when I saw it. A quadruple somersault. See, when we went and saw y'all at the circus, the guy made a whole big deal of you're one of only 3 people in the entire world to do it.
People at the circus never lie either.
No, that's true.
So, yeah.
He tells him, he goes, so about 6 months later, he goes, I knew that somersault, knew it like I knew my own name, and it all made sense. Batman showed up at the circus and took you with him. Tim, I know, but Tim's telling him, he's about 6 months later, Robin made his first appearance. If you were Robin, then it made sense that Bruce Wayne adopted you. So Bruce Wayne had to be Batman.
These giant leaps. Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
Who's filming this whole thing going down between the Penguin and Robin?
The drones.
And putting it on TV?
We saw Superman together. It's the drones that Lex has. So. No. But that's where he tells him. He essentially tells him, he's like, everything else is easy to kind of put together. I know it's leaps, but if I was under the assumption of Batman was Bruce Wayne and you were Robin,
I see how he gets there. Yeah,
he's if you go in,
it's loose as shit, but I see how he gets it.
He does, but Tim tells him if you go in knowing that, you know where to look. The clues just kind of fill it in for himself. Then after that, he goes when you moved to New York to become Nightwing, there wasn't any Robin for several months. Then
true.
He goes, I noticed that, and then. Well, Bruce Wayne adopts Jason Todd, and then Robin's back again. This 13-year-old kid, this is what I'm saying. I like Tim because it's not one of those oh, fish. Like, Dick was kind of sometimes, not this Dick Grayson, but like just when we cover, he's just kind of silly. Like, oh, gee,
Right.
like the 60s.
Right. G. Willikers.
And I know that some people don't like that, but I appreciate that Tim is a smart kid here.
Right.
A very smart kid.
Right.
Because he tells him, and he's like, and so then there wasn't, and then Bruce Wayne adopted Jason Todd, and then there's a Robin again, and then I read about Jason Todd's death, and there's not a Robin. Like the villains haven't put it together, but Tim Drake has.
Pretty easy.
And he's like,
That's me.
yeah, and he's like, and so now I see when I follow him though, this isn't the same Batman. Like like we've been talking the whole time. Like,
Who's allowing Batman to continuously adopt these kids? They keep dying.
well, one,
Yeah,
Jason
well,
Todd's the
I'm
one who
just
died,
saying.
but he is adopting a lot of kids. Oh, 3,
Batman's
and then
boys.
one that's his own. And he goes like, but Tim finally tells him, I think he needs you. Like, he's gone off the end. He doesn't see. You guys keep him in check.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of his, in not so many words, he kind of tells him, like, you're his humanity.
Or his human shield, either
Or,
one.
well,
Yeah.
that- And so, like, he needs you.
Yeah.
And Dick's like, you're right. And he decides to show Tim the Batcave as they go down there. And Tim's just like, oh, this is incredible. Like, he's taken aback. Like, this is everything he wanted to see.
He's taking a bat.
Yeah. And as I think we talked about it a little bit, Batman will have the Robin suit that Jason wore in the Batcave as a reminder.
Right.
Long after even Tim Drake is Robin, and even into, I think maybe even Damian. Maybe it's gone by then. But there's a reminder of, hey, don't mess up kind of thing.
Dick's making his costume, and he goes, it's just not quite there.
Yeah.
You know what we could really use? A giant collar. If I had a giant collar on this thing.
Hey, Doctor Strange has a giant collar and nobody gives him crap for it. I kind of like the first Nightwing
He also
costume,
has
but I don't like
a robe, like a cape that goes with it.
That's very true too. But
That's just a big-ass collar.
yeah, not very much so. But Tim tells him like he needs you, and he needs you as Robin. And Dick tells him Robin, and he passes like Jason's outfit and looks, and it's like his reflection in the mirror kind of makes him like see himself in there.
Sees himself in the costume.
And he's like, yeah, those were the days, but like that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
The show must go on, and like I'll help him. Like he's like, no, Dick, you don't understand. Batman needs Robin. Doesn't he get it? And Alfred's like, perhaps, young man, perhaps Master Dick understands profoundly, and perhaps that's why he's brought you here. Is what he kind of says. Tim has, and then we end with Two-Face's crazy voice coming back, and he hears the voices again.
Slams
But
his
still,
radio down.
That is where we're going to end it for today.
Part one wet bat
of A Lonely Place of Dying, but we are setting up Tim Drake as Robin. When we're done with all this, I'm going to have you pick your favorite Robin probably out of it. I know the stories that I've picked might not be everybody's favorite, and I get that. I'm just trying to find
there's
just
a
different
lot
ones.
of them.
There are.
I wouldn't,
There are, and I could have
just is what it is.
done like a whole just deep dive into the character,
Right.
and we'll just like brush over some of these. But I thought sometimes it's fun to actually dive into the
it's cool.
stories.
I like knowing this.
I kind of like
Doesn't
this.
make me like Robin more, but I like
I get
knowing
it.
this.
I kind of like this setup too.
Yeah, it's not a bad setup.
It's not a bad little setup. Anyway, so coming up later this week, probably we'll have to record it on Wednesday. It'll come out either Wednesday or on Thursday or sometime. But you can expect part 2 of that this week. And then next week we will wrap it up with Damian Wayne. And then I have stuff in store for Mike that I haven't told him about.
All right.
For October, but we are getting into spooky season.
Rocktober?
No,
damn it.
Rocktober. But we are getting into spooky season, and we have some ridiculous Halloween comics to get into. It's kind of like any holiday we do, where we focus on the ridiculousness. It's Valentine's Day, and I think it's Christmas when Mike loves when I bring up some of just the old, dumb, silly stuff.
Well, Frosty.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get me a good
Frosty's
Frosty comic.
thick. I remember we talked about Frosty having a...
Frosty what?
It's thick.
With 2 C's?
With 2 C's. We named that in the episode.
Frosty's is thick.
Thick. I don't know where to go from that.
I just love
thank you
how
guys.
like they tell the exact same story every year.
Every year, just slightly
Just
tweaked.
change it a little bit.
But we'll
It's
have
a
some
plane
Halloween
one
comics
year,
coming
next
up.
year it's a bird.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. We focus like there have been times where we actually focus on good scary stuff, like we did the witches, and we did. Dang it! What else did we do? We did
That was
Gideon
it.
Falls. We've done a lot of stuff. We did Swamp Thing.
That's true.
Last year's Halloween episode, we did Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, which was so good.
I'm excited for a James Gunn Swamp Thing.
I mean, I don't think he'll be in his DCU.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I
don't know what we're
excited
getting from the man, honestly, because
That's true.
there are a lot of things that he holds very close to the vest, and there's a lot of things that he just talks about right out loud.
We know we're getting a Superman sequel at least.
Yeah, and that was quick too.
Which, well, but he's still gonna have the same amount of time for turnaround, which is nice.
I love it.
I like that.
Yeah.
And we get Supergirl, and are you excited for Lanterns at all? At least just to see what it is.
I am excited to see what's going on because I do love Coach.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember what his name is, but
Kyle Chandler.
Full eyes, or
full eyes,
clear
clear
eyes,
hearts.
full heart.
No,
can't
full eyes,
lose.
clear hearts.
Yeah.
Can't lose.
I always like him. You know, anything he's in. And the fact that James Gunn is backing this thing, yes, I will give it a good old-fashioned shot.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right,
yeah,
well,
but Peacemaker is very good.
3 episodes left. Oh, and it's about to go down.
Yep.
This one's going to be good. This one and the last one, which is 8. But these were the 2 that he kept closest to the vest because
Honestly,
of some of the craziest
even
stuff.
the Marvel stuff intrigues me. You know, the Doomsday stuff and all that. If you are a true comic book fan, this is the greatest time to be alive. Honestly,
oh, for sure.
Because it is the only time that they have treated, and I don't know, treated these comics with such revelry. I mean, and just such respect. Yeah. Honestly.
No, I love it. I love it. I also love you guys hanging around through all this, sticking around to watch, listen, however you partake in this. I can't thank you all enough. Yeah. Really, like all the comments you get, I do read them all. I promise to reply back to them all, but it's awesome, and I can't thank you all enough, and we appreciate it so much. Yeah. Like, I think we talked about it a little bit, and we got a comment about how it feels like community sometimes like this.
That's
and
awesome.
I
love that.
I like having that, like, it's, all of you guys being a part of it. So thank you.
Yeah, get the clown car and come on with us.
Also, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts on the Rogue Media Network family of podcasts.
RogueMediaNetwork.com.
I want to say stations, but we're not.
Station. Yep, that's us.
And until next time, Mike, do you remember what to say?
I remember this time, yeah.
Until next week, stay safe, everybody.
Beans and rice. Golly con.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.